All right, guys. This is Mumble Cabal's review of our game versus Soul Stealers. Speaking currently is Machiavelli, team captain and drunken jungler extraordinaire. With me is the amazing Solo Top, who does all of the work for this. He does the video editing. He set this whole thing up. He does communications. He does all the heavy lifting. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, he literally jungles drunk during games. But yeah, I'm Dr. Monocle, and I do all the work. And with me, we also have our amazing mid player.
I'm Malink422, and yeah, amazing pretty much describes it.
Amazingly bad. Who said that?
This guy. This guy.
This guy.
Sorry. As I've said in other videos, I'm sick and I'm going to cough and this mic sucks, so it's going to sound terrible. So turn your volume down. So right off the bat, picks bans. You guys did some targeted bans. Tarek and
Not really sure what's going on.
Lee Sin. And they weren't the worst bans, but the issue is that with targeted bans like that, all of us play more than one champion.
I don't think the Cassidy ban was targeted. I think it was just they
the
didn't want to
Cassidy I
handle
didn't
it.
understand. Yeah, I didn't
I think
understand.
that Casto is more play safe and get Morg an easier laning opponent, but it didn't work out so well either.
No.
Most teams don't ban out Morgana unless, well, most teams just don't ban out Morgana.
I think another thing, Mao, is you threw that E, the sapling to cover your lane there, which wasn't a bad idea, but I mean, I might have saved it because look how low your mana is right now. And another thing is this invade. I don't know what the hell this was.
Yeah, you guys, you should have either gone all of you or just not done it.
Yeah, and then Rammus literally does nothing during this. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He sits in try and then heads towards red, and then comes after it's over. And
Yeah, you just got to make more of a concerted effort to get the whole team in or the whole team not to do something.
yeah,
You can't half-ass it.
Also, on support Rammus, it definitely is better if you take Fairy Charm, because he has trouble. He has mana problems.
talking team comp, I'm not sure about the support Rammus. I mean, just straight up, I don't. Rammus isn't that strong right now, in my opinion, and as a support role, you know, I just don't see him doing really that much. He doesn't give you a lot of lane presence, a lot of lane control. Another thing is Mao. I don't know what your masteries are, but they're questionable. You have enough in utility to have the 515 gold at start, and not only that, but you don't even take the mana pods. So you start there with 60 extra gold, which I guess is nice, but Mao does a lot better with like just straight defensive masteries to start. I don't really, yeah, Mao is one of my main junglers. I just don't really. This was nice, by the way, by Morgana, that snare there. It was stupid of me to go in. Granted, I was a little drunk, but that was a good snare.
Another thing to point out, Morg, two things actually. Clarity, actually three things. They all kind of, I just kept thinking one after the other. You really shouldn't take clarity on anybody.
Ever.
The mana it gives isn't worth the summoner spell. There are a lot of items that you can get that if you're having that much problem with you can get, for example, you could get an early Chalice of Harmony. Which brings me to my second point. That's probably why you started Doran's Ring. As you noticed in that level 2 gank, we were actually able to get you to flash, and you were able to pick up first blood off of this, which was nice. But the problem with taking Doran's Ring is you're very easy to gank, even as Morg. So consider starting Boots first. That might change when they come out with the Season 3 patch, because they're making Boots movement speed less important. But the last thing is Mao should probably be giving you blue more, so you shouldn't have those mana problems anyway. You'll see throughout the game that Mao took blue probably more than he should have.
I think another thing is that the first blood didn't really pan out because if you look at the gold that pops up when it happened, I mean, granted, there wasn't much you could do, so you had to take the first blood, but
Yeah.
you know, the result, if you look at it, was that we got more gold because I got 175 plus 300 on Cat, and you got 400. And Cat actually pulls ahead of you in gold fairly quickly because of just the farm difference for surviving that. I mean, that wasn't really your fault. You couldn't do much, so.
She also had blue for the cooldown reduction.
Well, this is level 1, like basic. So I miss a lot of Qs and do a lot of stupid shit this game. By the way, I'm just gonna put that out there right now.
That was a nice arcane shift, though.
Oh yeah, I kind of lagged a little bit and wasn't able to actually throw anything. Did that quite a lot with my Q. I couldn't throw at minions or anybody.
One thing you should try to do, especially against Cat early, Morg, is try to auto attack me. If possible when I'm CSing. Because I really didn't have any reason to not just go melee range of all the creeps. Because I wasn't taking any damage. So you weren't able to really use your range too well. I think I do die here though. It's just can't remember. We'll see here in a minute, I guess.
No, I think you also wasted a lot of time. I mean, granted that you might get the kill here, but literally if you had just gone up the ramp next to you and around the back, you could have snagged that kill much, much earlier, quite successfully. And in the end, I think you spent probably 20, 30 seconds you didn't need to spend. And you actually don't even grab the kill, or maybe.
I'm curious where Morg went because I really wanted to kill him. Stayed mid. Okay.
This is towards the Rammus. You were just getting zoned out by yourself a lot, bot. You just weren't close enough to the minions to take any XP. And, you kind of need to stop sitting in the far away bush, especially in a lane swap. I was just sitting under tower the whole time. You really had no reason to fear me.
I was so tempted to go back in on Mal right here. I was like, man, if I just get a Shunpo W off, he's gonna die, but I played it safe. In case he had his passive up, because I didn't check. Which I don't know if he does or not.
I didn't check either. He probably does, though. Yeah, he did. Yeah, also, if you look at our 2v1 versus your 2v1, man, there's a couple of failed gang spot where I sort of was like, Monaco, where are you? And then
I didn't think we were really gonna go into because I didn't think we had enough damage. I kept forgetting I was playing AD.
Yeah, this lane, I think the lane swap is a really, it ended up being a really good thing that worked out. I didn't think it was gonna work out too well originally, but the poke from Sona and the Vayne being a range champion really helped his own Garen out of CS early.
And if you compare it though to the bot lane, like Rammus did nothing against this.
Yeah,
shit.
I think that's what allowed it to work. If they would have gone either a ranged, support or
Soraka and just gave Ezreal Q to poke Shen all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even Soraka would have worked fine.
Oh,
just Rammus did nothing in that lane.
That's a thing for Ezreal. Ez, I don't know why, but you kept trying to hit me with Essence Flux. You rarely ever used your Q. And
was he leveling that up first?
I don't know. I actually wanted to check.
He was.
Yes, he was. He was leveling up Essence Flux first.
Now I can understand that if you are one building armor, which you had boots, and two, it is easier to hit it because you don't have to worry about creep positioning.
It doesn't do a whole lot of damage though, and doesn't scale very well.
It does pretty close to the same base damage that your Q does, but he doesn't scale at all with the AD. So that.
I missed a lot of very stupid cues this game. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was also sort of in Mao mode, so my whole angles of approach were wrong for a moment.
Yeah, from playing that game before.
Yeah, exactly. I was still in the whole like get in from behind them, snare them. Whereas like Mumble, you want to come in from an angle all day.
Yeah.
You missed a CS there. Pretty mad at you.
So this goes.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
here's
yeah.
where we get
That was just
we get
miscommunication.
dunked.
I was just not paying that good attention, and I was still a little drunk.
That just wasn't awarded. I think that was just a good play. That was a good play on their part.
The SS call was put out on Garen. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, I don't think I realized it either. I thought I was gonna get dove right there. I was like, shit, shit, shit.
That's why I came mid.
And here's where I realized I didn't do any damage.
Yeah, I thought taunting
that
Garen
got
would have
fucking
made him get attacked by the tower, but
Yeah, I think you ran away.
Mao had picked up.
well,
the aggro.
he had auto attacked me once, but Mao was the one who was tanking it from before him, and
Yeah,
I was like, damn.
Oh.
That was a nice play there. I don't know if it was intentional, but it was good. Because Mao was in a much better position to get out of turret range.
And Ramus, this is another part. You're just kind of sitting there. You're still level 5.
I
One
mean,
thing
your
that could've
Garen
worked-
gets straight out played here, top. This was sexy by our AD carry.
Oh man, that's
Ooh,
That was sexy.
that was nice.
one thing that could have made the Rammus pick work a lot better is if he roamed.
Yeah.
That used to be an old meta where you just have beefy support just kind of roam around with mobilizers. And with Rammus, that can work really well because his ganking potential is very strong with Powerball and the taunt.
Especially with the aid of Maokai.
Yeah, if you get a... That's just...
Maokai snare into
that
a
lane is
on.
dead.
Yeah. But really, Rammus's potential was just really squandered down in the bot lane. Yeah, I don't remember why this happened, but this was stupid.
Yeah,
Those pro Sona
Sorry.
alts by stupid baby name.
really didn't need to all right there.
He actually trademarks his alts, so
That's bad. So I'm looking here. Yeah, you guys didn't have a ward there. I really wanted to smite steal this. I forget what happened. I think you just like
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
that explosion. That was nice.
Our ADC just condemned him. Minion.
yeah, I didn't even notice that. But I had told him not to go in here.
Oh, he didn't even end up killing Vayne.
No, he got taunted. It was just
Yeah, that was really a bit stupid because he does this sometimes. He needs to work on his decisiveness, I think. You'll notice this, that like sometimes he's like, I'm gonna not go in. Actually, I'm gonna go in. You know, where if he had gone in right away, it would have been fine. Or if he had not gone in, it would have not been maybe as good, but it would have been okay. And instead, he sort of just goes in late. I see him do that from time to time. That's just something that, you know, needs to be worked on. But we all have stuff to work on. Like, I have to learn how to sober up.
One of the other things I noticed, Morg, throughout this game is you're very hesitant. If you... One of Morg's strengths against Cat, despite her not having many, is if you see me shun Po onto you to harass, you can just immediately ult, and I can't get out of it unless I flash. And flash has a longer cooldown than your ult, so you'd be able to get away with it if I don't do it if I do it more often than every couple minutes.
Uh-oh, I die here. I know
It was a good attempt the red buff got you, though.
Yeah.
That was a good ult by Shen, though.
I
Because
tried.
it bought us a lot of time to kill Malphite. Or Malphite.
Also, another interesting thing worth noting there, Mouth, is that you hadn't died yet. I had already died twice. I was just worth less money than you. You should always try and keep that in consideration. Like, if you see someone who's low and you have the option, get out or kill them. and they're worth less than you, just get out, because in the end, it's a negative trade for your team.
Yeah, and we got 3 assists. Or
Yeah,
2 assists.
And the buffs went and sat on Cat in the end, I think. As opposed to, you know, your team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now you look at the game, it's still fairly even, though. We're about 1.8k up. It's not a huge lead. It's so reasonable. Here, me and Mao have a little flirtation. This has happened to me like every game for the last 5 games, where I run into the enemy jungler by dragging, and we sort of like walk around near each other and both decide no. Literally, like I've been like 2 of the games we reviewed, and then last game I had with you in the rank queue. I just
Yeah.
Yeah, this was good. We knew you all were down there. Somehow this went sideways. I don't remember why. Did it go sideways? I feel like it went sideways.
Yeah, I think you die
I
here.
don't remember. We tried to land gank after we saw
Oh no,
the
not
lead.
that. You're thinking of a later play.
No, we get kills here, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh man, if Mao was... I didn't realize Mao was that close.
Yeah, I didn't
We
either.
would have been able to catch him before he got the tower.
I didn't have my ult here, which
That was a
really-
clutch Sona ult though.
Yeah,
As soon as
I had clicked to teleport to the
good
ward
job.
that a move
Oh, that's
placed
right.
down.
And someone,
No, he wasn't tanking tower. He just got ignited.
yeah, he wasn't tagging turret at all. I didn't think he was too.
Yeah.
I said I'm pretty sure Cat's tagging turret. He
thought
just
it
got
was.
fucked up.
Yeah, I messed up. I went to go teleport and I actually apparently didn't hit it. So,
And I just start smacking bot turret until Rammus comes.
One of the things you might notice right now though is that you guys have no wards on the map and we have no orbs. You have to keep wards up on the map, especially against a team as roamy as Shen and Cat can be.
Yeah.
yeah, like right there, that Q I threw at Garen, I had clicked Garen and then started moving again and then clicked on minion and it still threw it at Garen.
Lag?
I guess. I mean, I had so much like lag problems with this Q and his dash.
Well, I think I steal this pretty hilariously.
Oh my god. Right before the bind gets there.
Oh, well, you get caught.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cause I'm like just
Back.
I'm trying to get the fuck out, and he's like, let's go on this Ez. I'm like, I'm trying to get out, and then he's like, let's go on the Ez. So I stop and I start walking back, and when I start walking again, it was just a stupid waste. I probably should have gone with them just because Garen was sitting there, but I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Like, I had no way of knowing that. I was like not about to fight them because I knew Morg and Mao were right there. I was just trying to get the fuck out.
So you're right there, Morg. You probably could have ulted me. And you probably would have burned my flash. I don't know if you just didn't have the mana right there. I saw you. Like,
Oh, here comes a gank on you.
yeah. Like Garen's about to pub stomp my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I die here. There was nowhere to go.
Oh, I might not have gone around that bush. I might have just gone straight out.
If I would have gone straight towards Dragon, I might have caught that ward sitting by their blue, but there wasn't a whole lot I could do there. That was a really late cleanse from Abe.
I actually kind of juke out Maokai.
This would have been a great time to condemn. I don't know if it wasn't on cooldown, but... No, well, the double is the double. You guys had a really nice little roaming hit squad going for a while there. The 3 of you in your top.
I couldn't believe her ult was still on me even after I flashed.
Yeah, it's really hard to flash out of that ult for some reason.
A big issue, though...
He had mobilizers, so you weren't getting away from that.
I was just kind of trying to... I don't even know what I was trying to do.
A big issue, though, is that those kills you're picking up with your hit squad, which granted are very nice, you're not translating them into anything. This is why I'm not super wild about hit squads, is because you're not translating them into objectives or anything. And actually, literally, you guys start going back. Bot's dead. and we just pick up a dragon for free because it's unwarded.
And we have the better late game team anyway. So
Team fight, yeah, team fight potentials.
you
That's
kind of
one of the
wanted to
things we
rush
focused
this.
on when we picked, was just trying to get a standard AoE comp.
I don't know what Morg was doing there, but she was asleep.
I don't know, yeah, she might have been looking at the shop or something.
Oh, yeah, right here. I was waiting for you guys to take the tower because I wanted to get.
Didn't pan out there.
I don't even remember what I wanted to get, but I wanted to get a Negatron cloak. So I only had 44 MR.
Yeah,
Yeah, I died. I was trying to give you guys a snare on Garen, but I guess it just wasn't enough.
oh, it was because Vayne took a bunch of damage, and you're like, oh, I better go help her, and then you were the one who ended up taking the ult because you were lower than she was.
But it's fine. I didn't have anything important up, and like at that point, I was 0-4-7. Like I was worth nothing.
Yeah.
Garen, in a team like this, you should have been building like more tanky than getting a BS sword.
Yeah. Especially when Mao is carrying support masters and rushing the Shurelias. Like you want to be the straight tank in that condition then.
You could probably go Brutalizer early, but
I'm actually questioning some of the decisions this Mao made. Like the rushing the Shurelias, I think was a bad choice for one. I think another bad choice made was the support masters, obviously, and the last bad thing I think that was made was the armor, just the flat armor, because Vayne does true damage, and Cat was even more fed than Vayne was. You know, so it's sort of like
he probably could have gone. Trying to think.
Giant's Belt.
Giant's
Even
Belt.
like Aegis would have been great.
Aegis would have been fine. Yeah, the flat was. Unless does he rush Frozen Heart?
Even that, I'm not that wild about it. I think that had he gone for something with a little more universal stats like health or Aegis,
Yeah.
he would be better off.
Yeah, I almost get caught out right here, but I kind of saw that bind coming from a mile away.
What minute are you guys at?
22, 36.
22.
Oh, I'm logged in.
This is our 80 carry, so.
You're late to the party. I'm not making a banner for you.
Sorry, I apologize if we're a little lackluster. We've done like 8 of these in 3 days.
I've been in all of them.
Yeah, I've been in like 60%, 70%. I think there's 2 I wasn't in.
Actually, I scratched that. If I already have a picture for Vayne, I'll do it. And I think I do.
Was I playing?
Yeah, you did hit that as a crit. I remember asking you about that.
Here we go. Then I just say, fuck it, we're initiating.
What's
As you stay close to me, you straight up, you look at this fight right now. There is a lot that can be gone over in this fight, but I think that Ezreal, one of the big things was that you did not get out. You knew my ult was coming. I'm a Mumu, and it was just a matter of time until I popped it. And you stayed right next to me, and you just got caught in that. That shut you out of the fight.
23, 39?
23, 43.
Okay, I'm there.
And then you're attacking on Mumu
I
really
came out
well.
like 10 HP.
Yeah. So, you know, there was sort of... The whole way you guys handled that team fight was actually pretty questionable, and not, you know, I mean, it's just there's a few bad decisions that were made there, and we translated that into a lot. Like, the victory in that team fight we translated into a turret. None of us died.
Except we got. Yeah, we only
It was
got.
a 5 for 3. Or maybe it was an ace. It was 5
That
for
that play you made. That play you made, Morg, at the first tower. Amumu was worth nothing at that point. Risking your own life for a kill that might get you, probably wouldn't even get you 200 gold.
I think I was
Really wasn't worth it, and you lost the tower out of it since you weren't there to defend it. It would have been much better if you just wait till the creeps pushed, killed the creeps, and you were still alive. Because I think you were worth all the full 300 because you had gotten a kill recently.
Yeah, I mean, the way you guys were clumping during those fights, it translated into 4 of you getting hit by the Mumble ult, and then I think 4 of you getting hit by the follow-up Sona ult, and all of you getting murdered by the Kata ult. And it was not a nice combination to get slammed that way. And a lot of it was just...
That's what we were going for this game is essentially during draft we were like, hey.
Little late to the party.
Oh, am I?
Just
You
saying.
guys already talked about that?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Sio the AD carry. Pretty slow right now. But what we really were focusing on, and I think what we really excel at as a team is team fighting, and we generally build. If anyone's watching this and they haven't challenged us yet, Mumble Cabal. Yeah,
If anyone is, we
goes for late game or early poke because we try and translate anything that we
actually,
have.
if
Okay,
you haven't played us yet, we actually go for feeding you guys first. So challenge us, so we can feed you.
Oh,
there
that
we
was
go.
a really nice Vantage toss right there.
Yeah, everybody gets hit by everything.
I get silenced though, so you see a mistake goes out
And
here
there was
because
just-
I get silenced, so I have to wait on my cue, and then me and Sona ult at the exact same time, which was
In
unfortunate.
the background, Garen goes straight for me, which I think was a poor idea. Just because I can easily, I had killed
Just
him
get
before
that
V1, and he tries to 1v1 me again, and I'm like in the back. And the rest of my team is.
So here we have a little bit of a mistake, because this was a dispute in calls, because I said let's go for the inhib, and Vayne wanted to go straight to bot. So we could have done this a little bit faster had that gone down that way.
Yeah, if they're all down, definitely go for the inhib before you take out any other outer turrets.
Yeah, any outer. It did take priority. We were also thinking about doing Baron here, but it in the stage of the game we were pretty far ahead, and Baron was an unnecessary risk considering how low Amumu was. So we just decided to take this tower and then go do Dragon.
That's why I tanked the tower right there, Abe, for Sio.
I think that you guys went a little too ham here, because Cat had her ult, and you guys didn't really consider that, and it translated into some fairly terrible things for you.
I don't remember. Did we catch out more here? I think we did.
We do, because she turns back onto me.
I was kind of mad I didn't get that.
Yeah, Morg, you should have just kept running since I didn't get the taunt off. We still had a Shen ult during this.
I was so close to getting to her. I was like, I'm gonna die, and I'm not gonna kill her if I go in.
Godlike.
While bot, I was just trying to like push out these minions, but there was no support for me, so it was like.
Yeah, we kind of stayed a little bit too long after that.
Yeah.
And then we
Get
were a
out.
little
Get
dispute,
out.
but I made
Fine.
everyone come get the dragon as well. I knew you guys this far pushed in didn't have wards on it, and you guys were still kind of recovering from all the lane pushes that were up. I think Mao sort of has an idea that it might be happening, but he kind of backs out of
Much
it.
about it.
No.
Okay, we're towards the end. I believe we're about to have that super long engagement, but let's do the top 3 things both teams need to work on.
I'd say the number one thing what all needs to work on is my sobriety.
Agree.
Agreed.
There was a lot of bad drunk cues that came out, and a lot of them just like I'm in Maokai mode decisions, but
You remember, dude.
I know, but I'm saying I'm in Maokai mode because of the game before, so I was approaching things wrong.
Number 1 for their team, I'd say ward.
Yeah, I was gonna say ward coverage.
I
Make
mean-
sure you have wards on the important, heavily traveled areas.
As
I
I
think
say that, their
Temple's
whole
watching
jungle is warded.
But I would like to point out, for example, that some of the ward placements here are a little bit weak. Like, go to the red side, you see the top right of the 3 wards. That ward is not really necessary. Had you put that on the ramp, sort of below red buff, that would have been a much stronger placement for that ward. The one in the brush close to your inner turret, or what was your inner turret, is a little bit too far up and to the right, so you don't get full vision there. The red buff one is fine, but it's like sort of
The
weird.
thing about wards that you need to keep in mind is, yeah, it gives you vision. Do with it. You know, because every time you spend a piece of gold in this game, it's like, what are you gonna do with that? If you get fucking first blood, why do people snowball? It's because they do something with it. Now, if you're gonna place a ward, for instance, it's gonna be aggressive. It's gonna be defensive. If you see people coming in hot, and you do something with it, you can't just play around, dick around with it.
Okay.
So it's about following up on wards, which may be a little bit of an abstract concept, but I think it makes sense. I don't know about the rest of the team, but that's my personal.
Yeah, that makes sense. Always place wards in places where you get the most out of them. If you place a ward in a spot where you just put it like right outside of a bush, that's not good, obviously. So.
I mean,
Well, let's move on.
Yeah,
Second thing.
thing for our team. Team Mumble Cabal.
Making decisions that everybody agrees on immediately and not halfway after the fact.
Usually we're pretty good about that. That was just sort of a one-off thing, and I think that, you know, sometimes missed calls are made, but we made the right decision in the end, and we could have capitalized a little stronger, but it panned out okay.
That's true. That's true.
Somehow I pick up like 4 kills in this play, and like I'm not even trying to. It's like my Sunfire Cloak is just OP.
Okay,
yeah.
number 2 for their
Also,
team.
another thing Riot needs to do is just nerf Mumu and Sunfire Cloak straight up. Like, he's just attacking his turret. Soon kills it. That's GG. No, please.
Anyway, I think
Second thing for their team.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do this in slow-mo.
We had the wards already, so the third thing would be objectives. You guys did a lot of good job in the mid-game working as a group and having these little gank squads, whatever. But the issue with that is that it was always very defensive. So you picked up the kill, but you didn't translate it anything. And it's always important to focus when you pick up a kill to make sure not only are you picking up a kill, but you're in a position to translate it into something else, whether it's a turret or a dragon or even a buff. To follow up with that and make a play with it is where the value of kills comes from. Not the kill in and of itself, but what you do with that kill.
Oh, that's the end game. And a lot of people don't realize, even us at times, is like, what are we trying to skirmish over? You know, and what you really should be doing is like, how can we get this turret down? This turret that is going to force them into a certain position. You want to constantly be making your other, the enemy team feel awkward. That's a good point. I agree.
Okay, last thing for both.
And for us, we already did the last thing for them.
No, that was the second one.
That was
No,
second.
that was the fourth. That was the third, because we had wards, we had translating turrets, and we had one other thing in the beginning. There was the first thing we had.
Which
the
was
first one
wards.
was us.
Wards was the first thing.
All right.
So third thing for us. You want to take us from Kyle? Do you have anything?
Not having Josh die to Ignite at the very end. Man, you're such a scrub. How could you die at the end?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Really though?
One thing, I've got one.
Okay.
I'd like to see us try a different team comp. I know we can do that AoE comp pretty solidly. But being able to expand to a different type of team comp is something I'd like to see if we'd be able to do.
I was actually gonna say we should get Dragon. We should try to do stuff with getting Dragon earlier, especially since we had the teleport.
Didn't take a dragon for.
Well, the dragon call is usually based. That's because of my jungle, and usually my jungle style is I don't fuck with drag until I get a gank off bot. But often bot will be fairly pushed, especially or it'll be a screwed up lane swap. The lane swap limits my options towards getting a drag early, period. I mean, that's one of the big issues we have with the lane swap is that I don't have the AD carry there to do a level 6 drag. So that's why the dragons don't come out as quickly as they normally do.
That's just something we need to work on, though. And last thing for them.
Summoners and items. I mean, I think I already pointed this out, but Morg's Clarity. Probably should have gotten a Zonia's at some point. That's a really good item on Morg since it takes her ult so long to get the stun part of it off. Garen probably no IE. Get more tanky. Ezreal had good items. Probably would have gone beef here on Rammus. He needs that beef because
And
he's
get boots.
rolling into people. Yeah, level 2 boots always help too.
And
Even though you
now
have
switch up
powerball.
your masteries. I would say don't rush the Shirelias. Get more health. Don't rush the Frozen Heart, especially when you've got two people who won when the AP carry and the AD carry are fed on our team. The Frozen Heart's a fairly big investment that only deals with one side of the equation, and you don't have any MR now to deal with that. The pretty huge cat.
Okay, well, that it?
Yep.
All right, well, I'm Dr. Monocle, solo top for Mumble Cabal.
Uh,
Sire, AD carry. I love everyone. Sex bunnies.
Me-Link, or not Me-Link, that's not me, that's the other guy. That's the I'm not Me-Link. I'm Machiavelli, also an M name. I know it's weird, I get myself confused with other people. I'm the drunken jungler and incompetent team captain.
Got that?
422. Mid player.
All right, GG.
Yep, well played, guys. It was fun.